Today I will be showing you guys how I create my pizzas. Alright, so firstly, in a large bowl, put around like 2 cups of flour into the bowl. Now, I know that it's preferable to use a scale, but this is all that I have. The next step would be to ensure that your yeast is still alive. Get a cup of warm water and add a pinch of yeast into it. And also, don't forget to add 1 tablespoon of sugar into this cup also. Afterwards, pour 1.5 tablespoons of salt into the bowl, and then afterwards add your warm yeast water mixture into the bowl. Firstly, you should stir it up with a spoon. However, if it gets stuck like this, then you can always add a towel underneath it to prevent it from spinning around while you mix it. Well, it's not perfect, but it works. Afterwards, dump the dough onto your counter and then begin to work with the dough by adding all of the flour onto the counter and then knead it for approximately 5 minutes. As you can see right here, I'm getting rid of all of the flour and I'm now kneading it. And after 5 minutes has passed, it's now best to cut it with a knife, and then after you would cut it with a knife, you should then add some more flour to it and knead for approximately 5 more minutes. And now, after you have kneaded it for 5 minutes, pull it from the seams like what I'm doing here, so that we can build tension and gluten into the dough. In a lightly oiled bowl, add some olive oil into a bowl and then place your dough ball into the dough. Push it to the side if you don't have enough space. Do the same with the other dough ball. And afterwards, place a lid over it to avoid moisture escaping from the dough. And then you should keep the dough in the side of the refrigerator. Alright, so guys, you have to ferment the dough for at least 16 hours. However, you have to ferment it in the refrigerator for at least 16 hours or up to 7 days if you want to. You can do whatever tastes the best to you. But, yeah. Alright guys, so this is me while I am editing the video. Guys, don't forget to leave the dough on the counter for like 3 to 5 hours. If you don't do that, then it will be impossible to stretch out the dough. The next step is to grab your mozzarella cheese. Now, I know that creamy cheese isn't the best cheese in the world, but it's decent. It is best to use low moisture whole milk mozzarella cheese. Use the big grainers to grain the cheese into big strands. Afterwards, you should have a lot of cheese like this. Now it's time for the tomato sauce. Now you can use any tomato sauce that you want. You can make the tomato sauce or you can buy it. I bought this tomato sauce from Walmart, and firstly I added 1 tablespoon of salt to it, half of a tablespoon of oregano to it, a 1/4 tablespoon of pepper to it, and then a tablespoon of sugar into it. Now guys, I don't expect you to find the freshest basil from your own garden or from a gardening program or gardening community nearby, but if you do have access to it, then you should certainly use it for your pizza sauce. Pick a few leaves from the clove of basil. You can use entire leaves, or you could simply just chop the leaves off. And lastly, I would like to add a large glug of olive oil to the sauce. Bake your pizza at anywhere that's above 500 degrees. If it's lower than that, then it won't bake properly. Add some flour to your surface and then plop the dough onto the surface. If you are dealing with the problem where it won't stretch out, then simply just add some flour to the top of the dough. It works like a miracle. Then pick the dough up and stretch it in the air on the back of your knuckles and then place it into the pan here. You can see that I oversized it a bit, so I had to save the dough. And also I didn't add all of the things I needed to add beforehand. And now this is what it's supposed to look like. Add some olive oil to the top of it. Make sure to put it at the bottom rack of your oven too. And a simpler way to do this is to simply just stretch it out to the size of, or approximately the size of one plate. This is our par-baked dough. Nextly, we should inspect the dough, and afterwards you need to begin to add the sauce to the dough. Add around 2 to 3 tablespoons of sauce onto the dough to avoid making it overly soggy. Don't forget to add a sprinkle of oregano to it too. And nextly, add some cheese. Just like the sauce, you shouldn't add too much cheese to the dough or else it may seep through the dough. And afterwards, you should then put the pizza into the oven. And then, if you think that it's not crispy enough at the end, you can always just press the broiler button. And there you have it. Look at this beautiful pizza. You can cut it on the counter, or you could preferably use a cutting board to cut the pizza, and then put it onto the plate.